Today is day 12, and today we're going to try something that I also haven't gotten to work for me quite right. French milled soap. But with the power of the double boiler, I don't think I can fail this time. I will not fail. No. To start out with, we're going to need about 2 pounds of soap. Now this could be any kind of soap that you have laying around. I've been attempting to make these with all of my little snippy ends that I can't really do anything with either because I'm picky and aesthetics, or maybe it was a smell that didn't quite work out quite right, or the texture wasn't quite right. Although the texture not being quite right, try to minimalize the soap that didn't work. If you have soap that didn't work, like maybe it's a little too harsh, this is a way to kind of meld it together with some other soaps that did work. And you can also add oils to it with this process. Again, I'm biting that this works. But it's a great end stash buster, because man, do I have loads of little pieces of ends hanging around the house. So what makes it French? I'm not sure why, but this thing makes it French. Soap, otherwise known as hand-milled soap, is just grating the soap into little pieces and melting it back down again with maybe some more liquid or some extra oils or what have you. And it's supposed to make and produce a very mild bar of soap. How could I mess this up, you may ask? Let me show you. This is how. So what I did was I did everything that I just said we were going to do with that pile right there. But when I put my liquids in, I was really excited and I thought it might melt better if I stirred it. I touched it. I couldn't leave it alone. And what I ended up doing was making loads of suds in a bowl. And then I tried to compact all those suds into my mold. And what ended up happening is I got this super mushy bar of soap that I can just stick my finger right into. You see that? This has been drying out for months. This is one of the first soaps that I ever tried to make. So we're going to do it better tonight. I'm going to leave it alone. It's really hard for me to do, is just to leave something alone and not play with it or touch it or stir it. So this will be an exercise in self-control. And I am going to slowly but surely go through each of these bars and make a new rebatch as soon as I have enough ends to go with it. See, there it is hanging out right there. I've also got some bars that I was experimenting with a recipe, but I didn't put any smells in. I really like the soap, but now I want soap that has smells in it because it's not very... I don't have any sort of desire to use it more than others because it doesn't have a smell. And like this one. This is the hot process that we did last night. It does have a citrusy smell. It's nice that there's stuff infused in it, but I'd like more soap with smells in it. Like I said, if this works out right, these are insta Christmas presents. Heck yeah. So here we go. French milling. And that's a very nice feeling, by the way. Grating soap. And you don't have to use soaps that were handmade by you. I mean, you could, in a pinch, if you're really looking for gifts to give, you can go and get your store-bought soap and shave it up just like this and do exactly the same thing and add whatever you want to it and make it your own. Add some fragrance if it doesn't have fragrance to it already. Add some calendula, which I've seen. Looks really nice in this stuff when it's done right. Alright everybody, I'm taking a little bit of a break to show you just how much we've done so far. If I can get it all out. Wah, wah, wah. Wow! I like how it moves. I should probably put this in the bowl, huh? 2 pounds of random soap shavings. I like the way it moves, the way it cascades. There's something about it that seems very organic. And I'm not sure why. Alright. So, some of these soaps are mildly fresh. And by mildly fresh, I mean have been made within the past 3 weeks. And then there was that hot process soap that we made as one of the days, and I used a hunk of that in here too, which, even though it's hot process, still has some moisture in it. So I'm not sure how much fluid I'm going to use. If I had shaved these and then waited for like 2 weeks so that they could all dry out, for a 2-pound batch, I've read that a 1/4 cup of fluid should more than do it. And no more than that. Even though you think it might need more, that's it. I can't stop touching it. It's so fun. And as you can tell, this has been my problem. I can't stop touching things. It's too fun. Alright. It doesn't seem like much. Now, this is the part that I have consistently messed up on. Right now, I really want to stir this. And I really want to touch it and play with it. But that's not in the cards today. Today, I'm going to put the lid on it. I'm going to turn it on. It's going to heat up slowly. It's going to melt. I have to leave it alone. Alone. Until it melts. It's been the half hour. Have to look. Whoa. Okay, so it is melting. I'm going to put the back on. Oh, man, this is hard. I want to stir this. Okay, I'm just letting heat out of the pot now. Alright. Leave it alone. Now remember, no stirring. Oh, it's getting there. I'm realizing now I could have expedited this process very much by heating up the double boiler before I put everything in there. Oh man. Alright, walk away. Walk away from the pot. You see those spoons right there? I want to use them so badly. This must be really boring for you guys. Peek! Look at what it's doing. It's like gelling up. I love it. Although I'm wondering whether or not it needs more. If it needs more liquid to do it. I would be able to tell if I stirred, but that's where I went wrong so many times before. Let's put the lid on. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch. Don't touch it.